The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewell. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle, where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships, or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewell. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Ewell, and today we're going to be talking about guarantees. So this idea of guarantees came up the other day when I was on a sales call, and this person that I talked to was simply like, hey, do you guarantee the results in your program? And I said, at first, kind of like my immediate response was like, yeah, well, of course I do. But as I sat there for a second, I'm like, okay, what am I about to walk myself into? And so I said, simply, what I can guarantee is the results I've gotten in my program, the results other people have gotten, but I can't guarantee your results. And, as I sat there, I was like, man, why would anybody ask if you guarantee your results, if you guarantee, things in your program? And I thought back to, all of the time that I had spent inside the fitness industry, working with people on helping them get results inside of their physical body. And the best thing that I came up with was like, well, listen, people would ask all the time, like, hey, do you guarantee your results when it comes to your diet? And I said, yeah, I can guarantee the diet is going to work, but I can't guarantee you're going to follow it. And so inside of that, I thought about, man, people are asking all the time if, you can guarantee your results. I can guarantee my results, but I can't guarantee your results. But when we tell people that, yeah, of course, I'll guarantee my program, but you can't guarantee other people's results. No one can. And I really believe that no one should be doing that, especially inside of a transformation process, because, that means that if you guarantee someone else their results, that means that part of those results are yours. A large part of those results are yours. That means also that you're doing some of their work for them, which ultimately is going to hurt them along the way. And so as I, kind of went down this path with this guy, I was just really honest. I said, dude, I can't guarantee your results because those are yours. What I can do is I can guarantee my own results because they're mine and I'm the one that's responsible for them, just like you're responsible for your results. But I think this is a huge thing because I think a lot of times we want people to do business with us. We want to provide a service to people. But at the same time, sometimes that we overpromise. And I really believe that guaranteeing someone else that you can get them results in this specific way, I think is, overpromising and setting yourself up to overpromise and underdeliver. And, I think that's one of the first ways that we can get into a relationship with a client or customer that has nowhere to go but down from there. And so as much as I wanted to answer yes, inside of that, I kind of stepped back and said, okay, this isn't something that I can guarantee and nor do I want to guarantee. And so, I thought this was a big topic. And, I hear a lot of people talking about, yeah, well, we have a 30-day price guarantee, which, hey, that's cool. I always tell people is like, listen, if you're not happy in my program after 30 days, you can get out, you can get a full refund as long as you've done an agreed part of the work, because ultimately I don't want anybody in there who's not willing to do that. But you also have to do your part of the work in order to do that. And it brings up this point of people want guarantees before they do the work. And so what does that mean? That means that, let's say, I wanted a guarantee I was going to lose weight before I actually started following a diet. Uh, that would mean I wasn't really bought into the diet. That would mean that I wasn't really committed to the diet. It was that I really wanted to set myself up right off the get-go that, if I didn't follow this diet, that would just give me an easy way out. Think about this, if you went out for a run, it's almost like guarantee you're going to get a result from running before you actually go out and run. Well, I don't know what's going to happen when you go out and run. You don't know what's going to go out and happen when you run. You may get hit by a car. So therefore, those results that you wanted guarantee are no longer valid. And so, I think the biggest thing inside of this is people cannot want guarantees before they enter into the work. People that want guarantees before they do the work are setting themselves up for failure. They're setting themselves up to go down this path. And if you're promising those things, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for, over promising and under delivering. If you want results, if you want to guarantee results before you get started in something, maybe you need more social proof. Maybe you need to get clear on the results that you're actually after. And you also have to realize that no matter what you're doing, if you want a result, you're going to have to do something in exchange for that. So if I want a result in the gym, I'm going to have to exchange a specific amount of work that's going to go into that. And if I want a result inside of my business, then I have to exchange a certain amount of work to get that result that I actually want. And so, what I always look at is the work and is an exchange for the result that I want. And the more results that I want, that usually equates out to, maybe more work, maybe a different type of work. But whatever that is, it's going to require you to pay something for that, whether it be pay a price of, having to do something to that extent. But I think ultimately that, the one thing that we can guarantee is our own results, the results of the clients that have worked with us. I can guarantee that I'm going to show up for my clients every single day. I'm going to guarantee that I'm going to show up for my clients on calls, ready to go to help them achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve. But those are things that I ultimately am in control of. Like, I can't guarantee something for someone that they're in control of. Otherwise, we're just setting them up for failure. I think I look back, I was like, man, what are things that we're guaranteed in life? Number one is death. Number two is taxes. And then number three was kind of a joke. It had a lot of different things, but it kind of made me laugh. It's like, hey, the only guarantees we have are death and taxes, which, those guarantees, we're all guaranteed to die at some point, and we're all guaranteed to pay taxes. Those are the guarantees that I can allow you to have. But the other guarantees I can give you are the ones where I show up every single day on every call inside of my program to help you get to where you want to be. So I thought, man, this is kind of a powerful topic, because I think a lot of people inside of this space have guaranteed things that, maybe they had no way of even knowing. It's like, hey, you're that committed to a program, and I get it. What I can do is predict a result. If you do these things, I can predict that you can achieve results. And so predictions and predicting, hey, if you do these things in this way, in this fashion, I would expect to see you in this place. I would expect to see you win a game. I would expect to see you winning inside of your business. Like, I can predict a result, but I can't guarantee a result, because ultimately that is, up to you and your responsibility to do that. Now, being inside of a program, I'm going to help assist you to make sure that prediction comes out. It's kind of like, hey, does a weatherman guarantee the weather, or does he predict the weather? And weathermen predict weather. They don't guarantee the weather, because they know that at some point something could change really quick. And so there really are no guarantees. The weather is definitely not one of them. But um, what I can guarantee is my own work. What I can guarantee is we show up to every call. What I can guarantee is that we're going to over deliver on accountability. We're going to over deliver on your work, the amount of support we give. Those are all things that I can guarantee on my part. I think about a guaranteed job. Like, a guaranteed job typically is like a certain amount of pay, a certain amount of hours. And generally, if you're an entrepreneur, that's not what you're looking for. What I will say is this, because I kind of work back through, I'm like, man, what are things that I wanted to guarantee on? And what are some ways that this guarantee played out in my life? Is, if you want to guarantee, bet on investing in yourself. And what does that mean? That means that anytime you have an opportunity to invest in you as the number one asset, anytime you have the opportunity to invest in your business as your number one investment, every time that I've done these two things, it has always paid dividends. And even times where maybe I didn't hire the right coach, or I didn't hire the right person to help me, it always helped me identify something in my business that I was missing. And here's what I know is, when you invest, you will be paid dividends back one way or another, whether it was figuring out, the next place that it actually helped me get to. And I can think back to a lot of, marketing coaches and people I've worked with where I was like, man, they didn't really help me, but they actually did, because they helped me identify that maybe I knew more than I gave myself credit for. They helped me identify what direction I didn't want to go in, and they helped save me frustration, time, and money from continuing on that path. And so, as much as I could say, well, maybe I wasted some money with them, I try to always look back and say, man, what are the things that I did learn that helped move me forward? Because I can't always say that every investment I made right then and there was like, oh, I lost money or I made that money back. But if I look over a long period of time, I'm like, man, every investment I made in myself and my business helped me get to this next spot, which ultimately, it's kind of like going through life. You live 40, 42 years and you're like, man, I had a kid at 19. And so if I looked at that as a failure, I'd have to look at everything after that as a failure too. And so I really believe that we have to look at the things that maybe didn't work out from an investment standpoint that actually did pay dividends later on down the road and taught us a valuable lesson. But, I think guarantees are great. I think they're great to say as, over promising or promising on a result. But I think at this end of the day, we can't promise results. We can only predict results. We can't guarantee things that we're not in control of. We can only guarantee things that we are in control of. Otherwise it becomes, someone else's thing. So the only guarantee is to bet on yourself. The only guarantee is to invest in yourself. The only guarantee is your responsibility. And that ultimately is the sacrifice we have to make. And part of the risk of being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, is betting on yourself and guaranteeing yourself. And I think that's one of the most powerful places that we can operate from. And I want to share this message with you guys today. If you're looking to connect further with a group of like-minded people, join myself and so many others in the Habit-Based Lifestyle Secrets group on Facebook, where we'll be talking about habits, tricks, business, marketing, anything that you can talk about inside of the Habit-Based Lifestyle community. We'd love to have you. Check out the show notes for the link. And until next episode, have a great day.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse